Recording.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
welcome to it's the 26th episode
It's
I've
okay.
done, but now under the new name, the Dutra Difference, this is the second episode.
Yes.
And the second half of Cloudship, man, the other 50, my man fucking Be Free, Brandon Freeman, vocals, bass, percussion, fucking iPad, everything, man. This is the guy. And not just Cloudship, but he also sings on his own. He's been a musician for a long time, so go ahead and say fucking hi, man.
Yo, what's up? My name is Brandon Freeman. I'm from Fresno, California, by way of Pasadena, California, but yeah, I'm a Fresno dude. Yeah, I make music. I try to get in where I fit in. I love George. George is my buddy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Cheers, bro.
Hell yeah, brother.
So, how you doing during all this, man? I know your music is your life, dude. You don't have a side gig, so what's how you feeling about all this, man?
Well, Cloudship has afforded me the opportunity to do more than play music. It's afforded me the opportunity to create a community based around that music and meet friends like yourself. For example, yeah, that you're you. You know what I mean? But like, if we, word up. You know what I mean? But we so many wonderful people that I've gone on to even develop an individual friendship with or whatever. And man, long story short, I'm actually pretty well taken care of, man. It's kind of amazing.
That's good to know, man. It really is.
It's kind of amazing. I've done a few live streams, here and there. You know what I mean? Just trying to.
You didn't send me that link yesterday.
I probably didn't. My apologies.
You didn't. And I even told the fucking Mexicans at work, 6 o'clock, dude, it's fucking my radio.
Man, look, I got there. You know why? Look, when I got there, right, because we were doing that live stream, when I got there, I started setting up. By the time I was done setting up, Benny and Nap's part was already gone haywire. So we had no idea what was going on.
Sounds about right.
It didn't even exactly. You know what it is.
Sounds about right.
It actually didn't start at 6. We started at we were going at about 6:35. I would say.
Either way, man, I was a little bummed that Teresa. I came home and she was like, "He was in the backyard, Nap was in the front. It was so funny." And I was like, "Motherfucker, man." I was a little pissed, but
I'm so sorry, brother.
Yeah. I'm glad that. It does make me feel good that to hear you say that because, dude, when I think of people that it affects, you guys are like at the top of the list because you're my closest friends that it's affecting. Everybody else I know can work from home or can do this. You guys are a traveling band. You make it by traveling and fucking playing bars and fucking gigs, and now boom, just all of a sudden. You're told you can't do that now. So, man, you and Nap have been at the forefront of my thoughts every time I hear something like that, man, about stimulus checks or how long this is going to go on for or what the fuck you're going to do when they start coming back. So it really does make me feel fucking good knowing that you're not fucking, you know what I mean? Destitute.
I'm not, man. I'm well taken care of. You could call
it. You guys have a GoFundMe?
Yeah. No. Actually, no, we don't have a GoFundMe or we're just using our Venmo and stuff. My bad. We're just, whenever we're doing live streams or whatever, we're just posting up our Venmo and our PayPal and things like that. But there's not an actual crowdsource.
Is there a subscription option? Can I just have like $9.99 taken out of my account every month for Cloudship Love?
No, I mean, we're not a charity, you know what I mean? I would rather like if you wanted to spend $10 on Cloudship every month, then we always have something to buy. You know what I mean?
That's funny because
we don't have anything.
That's funny because I have money and I only have 2 shirts. How can I buy a fucking so? got money.
We're actually working on a few shirt designs. He and I were talking about
I got my Cloudship shirt on right now, dude.
Yes, my man. Yes, indeed. Yeah, we were talking about, you know, having a bunch of different artists actually do some shirts, just because like we definitely need a lot more merchandise just in general. And I think it's time to, you know, expand that, you know, particular endeavor for the band,
You know what I want?
People want those things.
Yeah, you know what I want? And it's gonna sound weird, but I want the ship from Mayday, right? It's on Mayday, right? Yeah, I want the ship from Mayday, but I want a fucking refrigerator magnet, and I want it about fucking 6 inches by 6 inches.
You want, okay, so you want like a huge Mayday refrigerator magnet.
It's not huge, 6 inches. Look down at your crotch and add 2 inches.
No, I mean it's just no. I'm actually pretty average, so that's like my dick. That's fine.
So you know, I'm thinking like this, just big enough to be like a picture on.
That's big for a refrigerator magnet, is what I mean.
Hey, that's how much space you guys deserve. You guys are all my fucking free. You guys are all over my fucking house, man.
That's beautiful, man. It's cool, bro. Because like I feel like I don't. You were one of the first people to be like kind of just like all out like all the time, Cloudship. And then I feel like as people see other people doing that, they want to do it as well. You know what I mean? Like people see other people like Cloudship, and they're like, yeah, I know those guys. I went to one of their shows like one time, but I showed up hella late and like I wasn't really like, yeah, hey man, I went. You know, like you know, be like people. I really think it makes a huge difference when like Cloudship makes you look cool. And that's crazy shit for me to even say, but that's actually like been happening. You know, like
you mean makes you look cool?
Like, no, well, like the fact that you listen to Cloudship or you're down with us, like makes you look cool in the Fresno area.
Oh, dude, it trips me the fuck out that I'm friends with you guys. Like, I still, honestly, I swear to God, this is gonna sound so crazy, but when you pop up on my my playlist of like songs that I've liked, and you guys pop up, sometimes I'll just be listening to it, and it's almost like there's Cloudship. And then there's Brandon and John in my world. You know what I mean? It's almost like Cloudship is, I hate to say it, but they're too good to be you guys.
All right. Hey, word up. All right, that's fair enough.
I think that's a compliment.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. All right.
It's just that I know you guys so fucking good, and we're so silly together, and it's so fucking like you guys are my friends. Yeah. Like I don't throw that word around a lot. Like I got acquaintances, but you guys are my friends, dude. And it's just really cool to see your friends do something that you know. I don't have to convince somebody. I don't have to be like fucking, well, fuck, if you don't like it, get the fuck out. Like I play your music, and it's fucking good fucking music. So it's really weird being friends with you guys, being friends with such talented people. You know what I mean? Like it's such a fucking cool thing. Like it really is, man. You guys are like a separate thing to me for some reason.
That's it's interesting to hear you say, but it kind of makes sense. And I feel like a lot of people have that same kind of thing going, just because when we're not on stage or you're not listening to our music, we're just like, we're two dudes who like to drink beer and or whiskey and hang out, you know what I mean, and have fun. Like,
totally.
It's not, we're not like, you know what I mean, I'm not Prince, or I'm like, did he just look at me right now? He's fired. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't go reach for solitude after a show. I go reach for connection with the people who were just there or whatever. And like I said, we made so many different friends from people who are listening to our music that I'll go, if I'm in the 805 and I'll go to a party, I'll see people who come to our shows.
Because like the Bruco or fucking, Hey, have you guys played fucking not Whiskey Richards, but the place right next to it, fucking
No,
Q's, or is it
we play Whiskey Richards, but we haven't played anywhere
what
else
I'm
out there.
talking about? Right next to it, like fucking I think it's Q's or something like
We haven't
that.
played any other spot. We haven't played any other spots out there.
Man, that was a good. I saw Snot there last time I went.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Oh, you know who Snot is?
Yeah, come on now.
Okay, dude, your fucking vast knowledge of music constantly surprised me. You know, it's funny. I don't know if Nat told you this, but when you guys played your last show at the Pike, me and John went to fucking pick up the speaker.
Speaker for the bass amp, yeah.
Yeah, and so he gets in the car, and I'm like, I always want to fucking impress you guys with songs. You know what I mean? Impress you guys with new music I've heard or whatever the fuck. Do you like this song or whatever? And so he gets in the car and I fucking put on this music. I'm like, dude, I'm totally vibing this song right now. And I put it in and it was fucking Fall of Troy. And he goes, are you fucking kidding me right now? I go, what? You don't like this? He's all fucking Brandon loves this fucking. And I play the song. Go, oh man, he loves this song. And fucking, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. That's good. That's good. As long as one of you like it.
Yeah, Fall of Troy is actually like a formative influence.
Dude, that song, AAPP or
FCP.
Yeah,
remix. Yeah.
I love that song, dude.
Yeah. Guitar Hero, bro. It's that's.
It's on Guitar Hero.
It's on Guitar Hero. Yeah.
I don't fucking play games, homie.
No, I know. That's it's funny that like you. Well, you know what? It makes sense though. Like you found that song on your own, and they put that song on Guitar Hero because it's a dope song people know about. You know what I mean? So like, of course you're gonna be able to find like that song or whatever. But
you know what it was? It popped up on my fucking made for you or new discovery Spotify. Like by your songs that you play, Spotify will make a playlist for you of things you haven't heard but you might like.
Okay.
And fucking my shit's so random. Like I play rap, fucking rock, fucking everything, dude. You know what I mean? Folk, fucking whatever the fuck. So the made for me playlist is usually pretty fucking good, man. They usually do some pretty winners, man.
Man, I'll tell you what, Google Play Music has been like, I feel like they have like an operative stationed in my bathroom or something, man. It's weird. Like these motherfuckers, man, the shit that they'll play for me, I'll be like, these sons of bitches couldn't possibly.
Algorithms, bro.
Bro. And
science, man. Government. Don't get me fucking started on Google, dude. You know why Google started, right? You know what Google started? How it started?
I thought they was a search engine.
All right, let me fucking I don't want to conspiracy theory you, but
but I'm a conspiracy.
We're gonna blow your mind. All right.
All right.
So Google was actually started by an ex-military Air Force officer, and he left it to help start GPS and global positioning systems and fucking all of that. And he actually got most of his money from the government to start Google. So for you to think that the government doesn't get that information is, I forget the guy's name too, man. But he's got other, it's like 50% government, 50% fucking private enterprises. Right. But he was ex-military, the guy who started it, and I forget who he was. Okay. But he was in the Air Force and fucking big ties with the military, dude. Big ties with the military.
Man, I don't know. To be honest, it's gotten to the point for me to where everything that happens in my mind and every part of my identity and every part of who I am and what I believe in.
Now, wait a minute. Before you say this, I have to preface this to people that are just listening to this or don't know you. I have to say this by saying that Brandon is one of the most intelligent, well-spoken. He can articulate his point very fucking well, even when he's drunk and high as fuck. So he has a lot of radical opinions, and he's very good at voicing them. So if you get offended by anything, know that most, if not all, of what he says is rooted in some type of knowledge. Go ahead.
My buddy Greg, I have a friend named Greg Bash. He said to me, every day of my life is voting for Joe Biden. And what he meant by that is this, is that we were both, not necessarily Bernie supporters, but we wanted a more progressive candidate to win the DNC nomination, etc. I am a Bernie Sanders fan. I'm not under any illusion he's a politician, but I think he's the best one we got. So that's why I wanted him to win the nomination. And then, now that we're not necessarily going to have the choice to vote for Bernie Sanders in a general election, people were saying that, well, if you have a progressive agenda, then you still need to vote for Joe Biden. And a lot of people are saying that since we are progressives, that we wouldn't vote for a Joe Biden, and that we are the reason that Republicans win is because we don't turn out, et cetera, et cetera. And then his point to me, to them, but he was voicing it to me was, you got to be fucking kidding me. Every day of my life is voting for Joe Biden. It's not hard.
The way he's living?
Yes, and here's why. Because Joe Biden is not his choice. He don't even like Joe Biden. And if he could have someone completely different than Joe Biden, then that would be the case. But Joe Biden is what we have. And every day of his life is that same thing. And it resonated with me because, and here's the point of what he was saying.
Yeah, why did that resonate with you? That's what I want to know.
Because voting for Joe Biden is making a compromise. Literally every waking moment of our existence is based on compromise because we don't actually believe in any of the structures or any of the processes by which we have to abide or in which we have to live. We don't actually, for example, permanent structure.
Why do you follow them?
Because I live in a society and I have to interact with people. Humans are social animals. So there's no way for me to, I don't have a choice to opt out of society. Where would
you don't have a choice to just fucking pick up and leave society. I understand that, but you do have a choice to say that you believe in something, and it kind of sounds a little wishy-washy to say, hey, I believe in this, but I'm not following it.
Okay. I understand why you say that, but I haven't articulated to you yet what I believe.
You just said that you believe that every day this guy's living his life.
No. That's not what I mean. I mean the specifics. I mean the specifics of the belief system. For example, I don't actually believe in building permanent structures. Permanent structures are literally nothing but pollution. Now, I can say that.
Carbon footprint.
I can say that, but where am I going to go where there aren't permanent structures?
By the way, is that fucking John behind you with his comb over? The picture?
That's me.
I know. That's what we thought. I was just saying it looks like John with the
comb. No, but yeah, that's just one example. For me, here's my.
But that's an extreme example.
But it's everything that I base my life on, though. The reason that I have a problem with anything is because I go back to these examples. If you wanted to satisfy me as a person for the way we should live our lives, then you would have to go back to the agricultural revolution. Nothing that I believe in is actually realistic. The implementation is not feasible. It makes no sense. So I have these ideals, but there's no way to achieve them. And when I say no way, I mean literally none. Every single of the 7 billion souls on this planet would have to immediately change their lifestyle. There's no way to achieve something that would satisfy my philosophy per se. And so because
What's your perfect world?
My perfect world?
What would make you happy right now?
I'll give you a step that would make me happy.
Sure.
Eliminate
your podcast, bro. You can fucking give me 5-6 steps.
eliminate fossil fuels. Straight up 100% right now.
What do you use in place of it?
Say what?
What do you use in place of it? How do you get your cars going?
Wind and solar, but to be honest, man, see, look, and here's the thing. Okay, you talk about cars, right? And here's why so many of the things that I believe in are also not feasible is because of now we have a global society and we have a huge population. I would not have let our population get to this point.
Let me get a high five. Let me get a high five.
Air five, Ben.
Dude, okay.
I wouldn't have let us get to 7
you
billion.
You know what I think? You know what I think all of this is? This COVID, this shutdown, all of this shit. This is a system that can't handle the burden.
It's a broken system breaking down.
I'm just saying, this was a good system for fucking 1-2 million people.
Yes.
You know what I mean? When we had 2-3 million people and we could actually say, all right, yeah, you know what? The fucking 1%ers, you guys should share. And they would be like, sure, because there's not that many of you. We will share. But now that there's fucking millions and millions and millions and millions
on top.
Okay, so I don't know if I could be, I know I'm going to be fucking shaky on the math, but I'm pretty close. So it took 1 million years for us to have, I think like 100,000 people. We doubled that like every year, and then it fucking tripled, and then it fucking like, I have it written down on one of my covers of my books in here, but it's fucking an astonishing rate of how quick we've doubled the population and almost tripled it in like thousands of years. It took us millions of years to get thousands of people. It took us thousands of years to get millions of people.
It's reverse. It's what's called I think it's called a logarithmic scale. I'm not sure, but it uses like that Fibonacci sequence, right? Where you have the rabbits, and then you have 1, and then you have 2, right? And then you have 4, and then you have 8, and then you have 16, right? Okay, well, yeah, that's how humans work. Humans are fucking rabbits, man. Humans are rabbits, bro. Like we behave in the exact same way. We're fast and we like to fuck a lot. To quote 8 Mile, like that's how.
Wait, what would you quote?
No, I said we're fast and we like to fuck a lot. To quote 8 Mile.
Okay. We're fast and we like to fuck a lot. That's true.
So like that's just how we work. That's why people say that we're like a plague almost or whatever.
We are an absolute cancer on this planet.
Okay, but I don't agree with that. Here's why: because cancer doesn't have a choice. Cancer doesn't have a choice. We have a choice. We can actually stop growing. A cancer doesn't know how to stop growing. We actually know
cancer is.
A cancer is cells that
completely side fucking story. I actually really learned about cancer in a few days ago, and it blew my mind because I didn't know it. Do you actually know what cancer is?
It's just mutated cells that form tissues that they're not supposed to form in that space, and then they kind of grow out of control, and then cause. Yeah, that's all I got.
It's pretty fucking spot on, plus a little more. So the reason why we don't have cancer like all the time, every day, all the time, is because we have this thing in our body where the cells only grow up next to another cell. So when that fucking isn't there, that's when you get a cancer, and that's when you get tumor, because a cell's job is to fucking reproduce, to split.
Right, absolutely.
To split. Now, our body's own mechanism for not getting cancer is death, is growing old. So instead of deteriorating and letting cancer take over, we hold on for so long, we start degenerating and other things start going bad. And sometimes if those things go bad in the fucking, it can't stop itself from reproducing, that's when you start getting cancers in these other places. And like you're right, a cancer will just keep reproducing. That's what a tumor is. It's just a cell that splits, and pretty soon you got to fucking get that removed. But our own defense, so you would either, if we didn't die of old age, we live forever and ever and ever, we would eventually get cancer. Eventually, everything would die of cancer. But our own defense mechanism is to die first before cancer takes us over. Like it's an innate fucking thing our cells are doing without us even fucking thinking about it. You know what I mean?
Which is why we have the drive to pass on our genes, is because that's how we keep.
Dude, it's crazy, man. I was listening to Eric Weinstein, I believe. I was listening to his podcast. It's just fucking a trippy fucking podcast, man.
Crazy.
I didn't really know what cancer that cancer was inevitable unless we grew old, you know.
Man, stuff like that kind of trips me out. You know what I mean? Like all of the things that we learn about the human body and like biology and all of this stuff, and then you have people that like think, you know what I mean, that there's some sort of I don't know, for lack of a better term, it's religion. Like religion weirds me out when you have all of this kind of stuff going on, and I'm like, you know, you basically what you describe is like this like giant kid with an ant farm, you know what I mean, who you think is, you know, or whatever. Like, and then
you die today.
and then I look at all of this stuff, you know what I mean? There's like all of the intricate ways that the human body functions, and then you know you zoom out and you look at the way the universe functions or whatever, and I'm like, okay, I don't believe that there's someone who can get all of that right, but not get justice right for my homeboy who lives next door. Like that doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? Like I don't think that's how this works. I think there are patterns that are optimal, whether or not it's a star forming or it's, you know, a society forming. And I think there are patterns, you know what I mean? Matter congregates, people congregate. You know what I mean? Or what? Yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? Everything is a fractal, right? But for you to tell me that somebody's sitting there doing this, like,
He's
huh?
moving his hands around.
Well, yeah, but I mean, even if that is the case, it's like, okay, but he didn't like splooge into the universe and, you know, have a kid running around. Like, come on, man.
The
like,
thing that trips me out a lot about the whole science versus religion, and that's really what it is. Since the beginning, since fucking dude, Galileo was in fucking jail. Fucking Archimedes was in fucking jail. Like the church fucking put all these fucking people who said, hey, the tides go this way. We must be fucking have gravity. We must have fucking Newton, fucking, you know, Leonardo da Vinci, bro, who fucking figured out tides. Like he was in fucking jail. You know, it's religion has tried to quiet science because it knows that science can make fucking non-believers of religious people. And when you have something that can threaten your fucking flock, you're gonna fucking try to put it out. You're gonna try to put that flame out that fucking somebody else has ignited. But the truth is, man, religion, I just seen something the other day where they were saying, it was the Vatican, the head of like science and church or whatever, relation of science and church, and it was Morgan Freeman. Have you seen that show, In Search of God, on Netflix?
I have not.
Okay, so the first season's very worth watching. The second, it was fucking bullshit. They were like, "What's evil?" and all that shit. But
Okay.
they went around and they went to the Vatican, and he said a pretty interesting thing. And the guy who was he was the head of the science whatever department, and he said, we've never said science wasn't true. And I was like, what the fuck? He said, it's not that you can have God and science. Like the Big Bang is God. And it just blew me away that this guy was saying this, because for hundreds and hundreds of years, the church has made a huge point of saying, fuck you, science. Fuck you. Don't
my problem
exist.
with it.
You know what I mean?
My problems with it. Well,
And then all of a sudden, fucking, oh no, actually science proves there's a God. Like God is fucking science, and blah, blah, blah. I was like, you fucking idiot. Oh, it made me so fucking mad, dude.
My thing, as far as, you know what I mean, even what he said is, I think if you're down to the pure aspects of Christianity or whatever, and you don't have a bunch of man-made shit going on in your head as far as, you know, from the religion or whatever, if you have those key points down, then that's something that's easy for you to say. I for example,
Right.
I was raised Christian. I don't call myself a Christian anymore for the reason of the people who have hijacked the term suck ass. It's fucking infuriating me.
Hijack the term.
But I mean, that's it, it's only because of them. Like if I'm just looking within myself, I'm definitely a Christian. Now, what does that mean? It means I follow the teachings of Jesus. And Jesus as a Jewish philosopher, that's part of what he was. Is his crowning achievement was to take the Ten
You really
Commandments
do believe in God?
huh?
You really do believe in God?
Um,
Like the
I'll get
Christian King James version that walked on water and turned
no,
water into
no,
wine?
no, no, none of that. I'll tell you what I do believe in. But historical Jesus existed. Historical Jesus definitely existed. Now I don't think he walked on water or did any of that ridiculous shit. But there was definitely a man named Yeshua ben Yosef, and he was crucified on order of Pontius Pilate for sedition.
I'll buy that.
And he was baptized by John the Baptist. No, that person existed. And if the Bible is to be believed also, and with that whole, I don't know. I don't really care if it's factual or not. It's just part of my belief system, which is he turned the Ten Commandments into two. The first was love your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, etc. And then the second was love your neighbor as yourself. My version of God, I do love actually, because I feel like God is everything. God is you. God is, nature outside. God is all of that. So I do love God. And love your neighbor as yourself is actually still loving God, but that distinction needs to be made because you need to know that you need to love the person next to you. If you see someone or something, a living being, anything like that.
We're all God.
Right, exactly. That's what I mean. So
we're all connected. You know what I mean? Like we're all connected. And I know this is gonna sound completely far way out there, but like even this fucking microphone stand.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're all connected, dude.
Right.
Like this microphone stand has cells that I have, and like not cells, but has materials that I have in me, and like it all came from fucking one. Like you could fucking circle this down to fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
We're all connected.
And that's my whole point. So when I say that I'm a Christian, you know what I mean? Yeah, I believe in those two things. And so my whole gripe is that the way they describe God and the things that they attribute to God, I think most of it's bullshit. Because I don't think that this God that I actually do believe in, that it's so much more abstract than.
Okay, let me ask you this though.
Okay.
If you believe that we're all God, you believe that, God is everything.
Yeah.
Then why, when you refer to God, do you say him, or do you say?
Because I'm socialized to do so. I wish I didn't. That's
like,
all.
Like, I think I heard a quote a long time ago, and I think that this is a good time to fucking say that. It says, "A faith in a holy cause is a loss of faith in humanity." And I feel like when we believe more in fucking religion and these fucking made up, man-made fucking gods, it's because we're losing faith in ourselves. So when you said we're all gods, I agree with that. But when I say I believe in God, like I say it as in I believe in me. I believe in you. I believe in Rogue. I believe in fucking John, Teresa, fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yes.
So I don't know why I felt the need to say that.
No, but I mean, I 100% agree with that, and I wish more people saw God in that way instead of once again thinking he's some angry kid with an ant farm who fucking smites people who don't do what he likes and hates fucking gay people and Muslims. It's weird, man.
I think why I said that saying is, I think that once people start believing in themselves more, they'll see themselves as God. They'll see themselves.
That's hard. That's hard
for people. They'll stop believing in something else and believe in themselves.
Good luck, bro. Good.
Oh, I know. Dude, telling people what they actually want to hear. Sometimes they don't even believe you're telling them. You're like, no, you know what, you're right. And they'll be like, dude, why are you being a smartass? Like, you can tell people honest things that are good, and they still won't believe it. So I understand it's going to be hard to tell people that you're a fucking god. Like, you have strength in you. You can be fucking anything you want. Like, you have it in you. We all do. There's nothing difference between fucking Donald Trump and fucking Joe Biden. There's no difference between those two. You know what I mean? They're both fucking crinkly old fucking white dudes. And two groups that those two things represent is so different. And it just blows me away because we're all the fucking same, dude.
Yep.
We're all the fucking same. And it just trips me out that people don't believe in themselves as much as they think they do. You know what I mean? That's why we're putting so much stock in fucking politicians right now. And fucking, dude, this is a crazy time, bro. This COVID and just fucking everything. This is a crazy time. Our president, who our fucking next president could be, it's tripping me out.
The whole thing with people believing in themselves is they would have to have the resources to do so. Our educational system doesn't teach us any confidence. It doesn't give us anything to be confident in.
I don't think it's up to our educational system. I don't think that's up to them.
No, it's not up to them, but that's the thing. It's like a lot of this stuff isn't even our fault. You know what I mean? There's systems in. So I mean,
Granted,
for
you
us to
didn't have the
believe
best fucking upbringing, dude, and you fucking have amazing confidence.
I got lucky in some way. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I tried my hardest not to take personal credit for that as I possibly can.
Well, I'm just saying, dude, we're being honest. If you are going to believe in yourself, you need to believe in yourself. You need to fucking Lizzo, I'm fucking sexy as fuck. Believe in yourself. You know what I mean? Like, fucking, you just destitute when you need to believe in yourself.
We're not taught to do that. You know what we're taught to do, George? We're taught to justify our existence to everyone else. We're taught to justify our existence to our society and to everybody who's above us through work and through education and through and through, you know, maintaining our appearance and through, you know,
what clothes you wear, what brands you have.
We're not taught to believe in ourselves. We're taught to believe that we can do these things.
You're right.
That's the extent of our validity as living beings. You know what I mean? Those are the things.
You know what? That's why you're my friend. Because honestly, that's why you're my friend at fucking 45 years old. That's why you're in my life, because I honestly and truly believe that energy feeds off energy. And when you're walking around and you feel a vibe and you're like, you turn a corner and you see some dude or some chick, you feel that fucking vibe and you're like, that's a fucking dick. I'm not even gonna fucking talk to that person. I'm not gonna, like, you know what birds to flock with. And I feel no sympathy for people who can't fucking believe in themselves or can't muster up their fucking self-worth. And it's one of those things where I'm not trying to be judgy. I'm not trying to be fucking an asshole or a dick, but dude, I've had a rough life and I've never really blamed anybody. I honestly believe that we choose our paths, you know what I mean? The decisions that we make fucking kind of help where we go. So, man, I feel what you're saying. I don't feel any sympathy for fucking people. You know what I mean? I don't, bro.
You know, the sympathy thing, you know, that's fine. But you know me, I'm more of, I just want shit to be known. And at the end of the day, I honestly feel like, you know, self-confidence comes from previous success. And if we're not even taught to be successful, then I don't know. I
think that's on our parents and our fucking family. Honestly, I really do. I think that fucking it starts before you go to school. Like, I mean, I can say I got a daughter, man, and I can say that I see a difference in her than other kids. Like, I see other kids that I've had in my life, other kids at the grocery store, like, and it's really like having a kid, dude, it really makes you think about why you're here, what your value system is, what do you want to imprint on this little fucking brand new fucking computer hard drive? You know what I mean? What do I want this thing to keep? How am I going to program this little computer?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it's funny. My wife's listening. She said that's very rare.
Yeah, get her in there.
And it is. It's oh no, she's not gonna get on the camera, but
all right.
I will share my.
Teresa says hi. I told me to tell her hi, by the way. If she ever popped in, she said,
Can I?
Go ahead. I don't care.
fuck yeah, you can.
Okay, so I'm standing. You can't really see me, but I'm standing next
No,
to
I
you.
can't see you at all, actually.
My point was that you're really rare, and you would be surprised at how many people just have kids and don't even want their kids to succeed past them like they're supposed to. So you'd be surprised at how many parents really just suck at being parents. So the fact that you said that about your daughter is beautiful because it's a rare thing, and that's how parents should be. But there is a great majority of people out there who had kids who didn't instill anything other than survival skills by coping mechanisms to their children. And I know I'm a product of that. I remember specifically one time my mom.
Dude, sit in the fucking camera shot. You're talking too long. Get in the camera shot. People watching YouTube are gonna be mad.
Okay, well you're already talking, so I'm gonna go pee.
Introduce her. No, sit there, man. Introduce your wife.
I gotta pee. Oh, okay, this is my wife, Jamie. I actually am gonna use the bathroom, but yeah,
right.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
So I'm speaking from a place of experience where I grew up rough. I didn't have a great childhood,
Right.
and that's not to be. I'm not blaming anybody. It's just it happens to be what it was. It's just the cards that help. And
Right.
I had
Man, I was just thinking that you can't fucking help what cards you're dealt. You know what I mean?
And you have two choices. Either you sulk about it and ruin your life and deal with it in a negative way, or you do better and you make something and you say, you know what, I don't want to be there. I've been there and I don't want to do that again, so I'm going to do something different. So
I've been ashing in my week this whole time.
It takes a strong mind to do that, and not very many people have that ability. So my point in saying is that my at a moment in my childhood and my teens.
First off, thank you for saying that. That made me feel really good, man. I almost got a little choked up. Really appreciate you saying that, because this is my only daughter. Like, this is my only kid. And dude, I didn't have good parents. So it kills me thinking I'm not going to be a good parent.
So you're changing changing the trajectory of where you're going with
changing the cycle. I'm breaking the motherfucking cycle, dude.
Yes.
Like, I read this book. It was called Parenting from the Inside Out. And it was about dealing with your shit before you fucking before you imprint it on your kid. You know what I mean? Like, and reading this book, I didn't even realize I had shit to deal with. I thought I was a fucking smart, cool fucking dude. But dude, there's a gang of shit. You know what I mean? So it really put in perspective how important parents are. Like, parents are fucking
parents with an S. Like, it doesn't matter if you're lesbian or gay, straight, or whatever.
Oh yeah. No.
Really,
some sort of
you
unit,
need a unit.
Though. Like it's
Was that anti-lesbian?
Well, not like you know.
Are there other lesbians in the background I can't see over there or something?
No. No, what she's saying is like, you know, you have, you know, your parent or whatever, but you need family. You know what I mean? It's like, you can have one or two parents, but
that's why I'm with a Mexican, bro. We got too much motherfucking family, dude.
Yeah, you know what I mean? There needs to be a support system for a kid. You can't have like humans are social creatures. You don't have it's not what was the movie with Will and Jaden Smith, and it's just the two of them on the planet? You know what I mean? It's like I don't know. I can't think of the movie, but it's not that movie.
Only two on the planet.
Yeah, and like they come back to Earth or something, and like everything on Earth is like evolved to kill humans now or whatever. It's like it's just him his son stranded on the planet. Well, my point is like it's never just like you and your kid stranded on the planet. There are other people, and you know what I mean. You have to teach that kid how to be around other people. But that's because that's how you actually raise them too, is around other people. That's why they always say it takes a village. You know what I mean? But then people's favorite thing to say is, "Don't tell me how to raise my kid with other people." You're supposed to learn shit from other people and all of that shit. You know what I mean? Like maybe don't let people talk down to you, but at the same time, there's supposed to be a group effort and some definite like societal shit going on. That's why we're the animals that we are.
Yeah, no, I totally agree, man. And that's why I really, and this is gonna sound so shitty, but I've cut people off that I'm like, if I don't think you're good enough to hang out with my kid, then I don't want to hang out with you.
Hey man, that's a good point. If I don't want you around my kid, why do I want you around me?
Yeah, my hair is all, I'm looking at the computer and it's backwards, and I'm like, fucking, yeah, like I've totally cut people off where and that's the way I feel, man. Now, honestly, that I don't want to seem so dramatic, but now my life isn't just it's not my life anymore. Absolutely. My life is for my fucking kid now. You know?
Yeah, that's true though. That's what you signed on for.
Yeah, no.
That's what you signed on for.
I'm not complaining in the least. I'm fucking stoked to be able to say
I know, but like you know, just saying that, you know.
Because there's people out there who have
not everybody owns up to it. You do.
Well, yeah, and it's like I had a kid, but I mean, I'm not gonna stop living my life. I'm not gonna stop doing this. I just had a kid, but I'm not gonna stop doing what I did before having a kid.
It blows me away. It blows me away.
How do you not? And that poor child is now just another decoration or whatever in your life.
Dude,
that you can't.
People treat their kids like an impact, like their iconography or something.
Yeah, well, it stressed me out because most people that are shitty to their kids had parents be shitty to them. You know what I mean? Like, it blows me away. Like, dude, you didn't like it when it happened to you. Why are you doing it to the kid? Like, it totally blows my mind.
They think they turned out fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Some people do. But
that's my thing.
They really don't. They know that.
I know I won't do that because I don't think I turned out that great, actually. I think I turned out okay. But, like, I think I have some real problems, you know what I mean, that I deal with on a daily basis.
Work it out with music.
Inside. I don't think I'm a bad person, but if I had a kid, I definitely wouldn't want them to feel like I do sometimes on the inside, regardless of how much I might, act like a good person, you know. So, like, there's, I don't know.
See you later, George. I just want to give my 2 cents.
Totally. Hey, thank you for saying that, man. That was really nice of you. Thank you.
Yeah. My lovely wife was Jen.
Yeah, dude. Nice. That was fucking cool. So, no, dude, I just, and to bring it back to religion real quick, it's kind of a thing where I feel like the more I fucking lie to her, like whether it be religion or Santa Claus or Easter Bunny or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? Because those are lies. As extreme as that sounds, they are, dude. They are. And, I feel like I don't want to lie to her about anything. I want to fucking be completely honest about fucking everything and let her know the truth about fucking everything. And hopefully when she's fucking 10, she'll be like she's fucking 14, because I feel like a lot of our adolescence is wasted on fucking figuring out what's bullshit and what's fucking not.
God damn. Okay, I'm reading a book right now called Lies My Teacher Told Me. And it's funny that you say that because it's
wow, what a great title. Lies My Future Told Me.
No, teacher. My teacher.
Lies
My teacher told me.
Dang, Lies My Future Told Me is a great fucking, that should be a song or something. I'm gonna write that down.
No.
Lies My Future Told Me.
It's no, Lies My Teacher, here.
No, I know, I heard you. I'm just saying. Lies My Future Told Me. It's kind of a weird concept. Think about, like,
that is a weird concept, actually. Now I'm gonna write a song about it.
No, fuck you. I'm gonna write it first. Lies My Future Told Me.
Are you're seriously writing it down already? What a shit.
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna take a picture of it with my fucking newspaper because it's 1982.
Yeah. No, but yeah,
So lies my teacher told me.
yeah. Now the guy's a history professor, and he's talking about
Okay, that sounds like
which is part of the book, or I think most of the book is about the concept that when kids get to college from high school, unlike any other subject, they haven't done foundational learning, and they have a lot of unlearning to do. Like a history teacher in college has to teach you that a lot of the shit that you learned in like elementary school, junior high, high school is actually completely bullshit.
right.
You know what I mean, or whatever. But the thing about you, just to tie back into what you said, you know, we spend most of our adolescence trying to figure out what's bullshit or not. Man, fuck the Easter Bunny. What about Christopher Columbus, bro?
Dude,
like,
and on top of trying to fucking figure out girls, figure out what group you want to be in, what drums you want to play, guitar, what girls you like, what fucking guys you like fucking on top of all that, what we got to go through on our own, I got to fucking figure out Santa's not real too. You know what I mean? Like,
I got to figure out Woodrow Wilson was a racist. Like,
totally,
yeah, you know,
totally, yeah.
I mean, like all of that shit. Yeah, we constantly lie to our kids, and then we expect them to like turn out okay. And it's weird.
What's the name of that book? Lies Our Teacher Told Us?
Lies my teacher told me.
My teacher told me. Okay.
Lies my teacher.
Fucking audible that book.
Yeah, it's I'm just finished with the first chapter. I just started it. But it's
Were you into Rise Against?
Rise Against?
Yeah.
Not really. Not really. I don't know.
Okay, so they're kind of a political. I don't know if you know that a lot.
No, definitely. I definitely know that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. On the sleeve of their CDs, and I know this is going back a little bit, but on the sleeves of their CDs, on the inside they have suggestions for books you should read, and there's some pretty good ones in there, man.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know why that popped in my head because they're political and that, and I feel like that's something you would do. You know what I mean? Put like on the inside of your sleeve, like a book you should read, or you know what I mean? Websites you support.
Very good idea. Speaking of books you should read Ishmael by Daniel Quinn. That book,
Let me write that down.
That book completely changed my life.
Ishmael?
Actually,
yeah,
Ishmael.
You told me about that last time, right?
Yeah, I actually have a quote from that book right here on my. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, this.
By who?
Daniel Quinn. Quinn.
Quinn.
Yep.
Okay, I'll look it up.
Yeah, man, that's one of my favorite books, if not my favorite book.
What's it about?
This guy answers a newspaper ad that says, "Teachers seeking student. You, and I'm paraphrasing. And you must have an earnest desire to save the world."
Nice.
And it's what happens after he answers that classified ad.
That's awesome.
And it's definitely not what you would expect. The book is damn near all dialogue. It's just basically a long conversation.
Wow, interesting.
But yeah, it's.
Have you read No Country for Old Men?
I have not.
Dude, that book is really weird because it's a lot of dialogue. Like he kind of narrates it, but he doesn't use punctuation. So it makes it really hard to fucking. It's really weird, dude. Like there's no fucking. There's no fucking periods. There's no fucking. You know what I mean? I think it's weird.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds insane.
Yeah. It's fucking. It's that movie with Josh Brolin and fucking Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah, I remember that movie coming out. I never saw the movie either.
The book's really good, dude. Because he's like talking, he's a serial killer. And the fucking dude's badass book.
All right, I'm gonna have to check it out. No Country for Old Men.
It's weird, like you said, dialogue, and I was just thinking, like during the dialogue on that, they don't fucking use punctuation. Like it doesn't have the quotes, like he said. You know what I mean? It's weird, super weird.
Wow, okay. Wow, I never even heard anything like that. I don't even know.
Oh, dude, real quick. What's up with your brother in KC, man?
Oh man. The draft is tomorrow. The draft is tomorrow, Jordan.
Done.
So crazy. Okay,
I'm
so
driving.
for
Get the fuck in. I'm driving.
for those of you who don't know, my brother's name is Jalen Johnson, and he's a top draft prospect out of Utah. And
The Utes?
yeah, man. Tomorrow is the the Utes. The Utes. Yeah, man. Tomorrow is the
Okay,
day.
so does he want to go to Kansas City?
He wants to go to the right situation in order for him to.
Does he want to go to Kansas City?
Yeah, he's down with Kansas City. He
He
wants to
wouldn't be.
either
They're
go.
the fucking Super Bowl champs.
He wants to either go to the Raiders or Kansas City.
What?
Well,
I don't even want to fucking want. I don't want him on the fucking Chiefs if he wants to go to the Raiders. What the fuck? Las Vegas?
He wants to build.
Ugh, dude.
He was saying though he definitely felt good about.
I was gonna pay attention
with the Chiefs though.
to the draft. I know I'm not. I hope he goes to the Raiders. Dude, fuck it. You could have said any other team. You could have said the Dodgers, motherfucker.
It's hilarious because you're an Angels fan. But,
Yeah, I did. I'm just saying he could have went anywhere, man. Fuck the Raiders, dude. I fucking hate the fucking Raiders.
They need a corner.
Ugh.
They need a corner.
Dude, you know my
He's
fucking
just thinking about his
dichotomy
career.
of fucking hatred? Bo Jackson's my fucking favorite football player and baseball player when I was a kid.
Bo Jackson's the shit.
Dude. And he was a Raider.
Yep.
That was a weird thing for me.
No, but he was talking about it in one of the interviews that he was doing. He just wants to go into a good situation.
So, my brother, I gotta ask because you're black. Do you mean like that's my brother? Or do you mean
no,
like-
no, he's my brother. We have the same mom. We have different dads with the same mom.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's good for 2-3 seats at a game.
Yeah, 2 or 3.
2 or 3. Fuck, I'm fine. Dude, it is my fucking lifelong dream to go to a game in Arrowhead. I would love to go to a Raider game in fucking Arrowhead, dude. That would be the ultimate. Raiders or Broncos?
Broncos.
That's my bucket list shit.
Did I tell you about the week I spent in Denver? Yeah, you know about the week we spent in Denver where my van broke down at the end of the tour.
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah. No, but anyway, no, I
That's
do.
a good story.
Honest,
That's a story.
I definitely hope he goes to the Chiefs. Yeah, I hope he goes to the fucking Chiefs. I really want him to go to the Chiefs.
You're not saying that, right? You hope he goes to the
No, I'm
Super Bowl
hoping he goes to the Chiefs.
championship Chiefs.
I'm hoping he goes to the Chiefs for that. The
No,
reason
you're still not saying it right. You're still not saying
Super Bowl
it.
champ. I'm hoping that he goes
Okay,
to the
there you
Super
go.
Bowl champion Chiefs for a couple of reasons. One, because it's a good situation for him to be in. You know what I mean? They need a little help on their secondary. He would.
So is he from there? Like, aren't you guys from there?
Well, a lot of our family live there, and that's my
Okay.
whole point. Is and I mean, and he has a very young newborn daughter. You know what I mean? And so it would be awesome for her to grow up in Kansas City around her grandparents and around her cousins and around like all
Dude.
the, you know what I mean? On top of Kansas City like dominating. You know what I mean? It would be so dope for his.
I'm so glad this COVID shit didn't happen during the fucking playoffs or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, Super Bowl, sorry, it not happening. Fuck you, COVID. Fuck yeah.
No, hold on, because I know that was a huge deal for you, man. First time in your lifetime, bro.
Hey, bro,
First time in
honestly,
your lifetime.
I still watch fucking Super Bowl highlights on YouTube every now and then on my lunch break and shit. Like, I'm not even kidding you, man. I still get choked up thinking about it, man.
I believe it.
Fuck.
Yeah,
My
man.
whole life.
Yep.
My whole life, I've never had my team in the Super Bowl. And I've watched every one I can remember.
It's crazy.
That's like going to concerts and going to concerts and going to concerts and never seeing your favorite band. Oh, yeah, I've seen that band, but I haven't seen my favorite.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's the same thing for me. Well, I mean, yeah, I'm
And I've actually gotten in a fight with Raider fans over it, so I don't know if it is the same for you. Have you gotten in a fight over fucking Fall of Troy?
I got in a very tense discussion over Deftones. I don't know.
Ooh, valid. I'd have your back. I'd have your back.
Yeah, that's as much as I can.
The first thing I said to you, I don't know if you remember, but I was like, "What are you guys, a fucking Deftones cover band?" Because fucking John looked like Steven.
That's hilarious. Right, I do remember that. No, dude. Yeah, man, I don't know. It's I mean, there was always this feud in my house. You know, Chiefs versus Raiders. You know what I mean? But in my lifetime, neither one of those fucking teams have ever gone to Super Bowl. So
The Raiders went, but they got fucking trampled by fucking Tampa Bay.
When?
John Gruden, he left the fucking Raiders and went to
what year?
I
was born in '87, and
sure in the right time, like in the 2000s, for sure. For sure. Warren Sapp.
Oh no, you know what? You're right. Holy shit, I remember.
Yeah. They went. It was in Florida.
Right.
It was in Miami, actually.
Yeah.
It was in Miami, and the Raiders' fucking coach was the Tampa Bay coach. Like they fucking left, and the fucking Raiders got stomped like 49-7 or something like that. It was like embarrassing, 52 or something like that, 7 or, dude, it was horrible. And yeah, they went to the Super Bowl.
Right. That's right. Okay.
And what, John Madden won in what, 81, 82?
I have no
idea. You were born in 85?
I have no idea.
Because John Madden was the coach. He won in the 80s. With Todd Christensen and fucking.
I did know that John Madden coached the Raiders. I just didn't know that he won a Super Bowl with them.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah. Dude, Howie Long, 1975. He was number 75. So I liked him. I was born that year.
Oh, Long, that's right. So you're born in '75. Okay, that's
cool.
Okay, that's a cool year to be born.
Yeah, it makes it easy to know how old you are.
Right. I'm like 87, so I'm like,
yeah, you're an odd number. You're like, fucking couches.
Like, I have no idea. You're just like, okay, what year is it? 20.
Totally.
Bam, I'm easy.
It is.
I guess it could be the same thing for me, though. What year is it? Okay, 20 plus 13.
Yeah, both my parents were born in 1955.
Okay.
So it's kind of easy to figure out their age too. How are your parents? What's the deal with your parents?
My mom was born in '69.
Are they together?
No, hell no.
Okay. Because you got a lot of brothers, but I noticed you all have different last names. Is that common in the Black community?
Very. What happened is the man implanted crack into our community.
Dude, that's real, bro.
I'm not playing, actually.
No, that's real. Hey, I just got done reading this or audio booking this fucking Manson. It's called Chaos. The Manson family, the CIA, and brainwashing motherfuckers, dude.
The fuck?
Dude, word, man. Like fucking the CIA in the 60s and the 50s, when they could do whatever the fuck they wanted, dude, they were fucking sending people to infiltrate hippie groups.
MK Ultra, bro.
Well, what'd you say?
MK Ultra.
My man. Motherfucker, dude. Seriously.
Yeah. No.
Dude, you gotta read that book, bro. Are you on Audible?
No, I'm not. I need to be.
Dude, that's what your $9.99 should go to. That I would fucking give the Cloudship. Fucking.
Just give me a subscription. That's all you got to do.
Dude, that fucking book. He was on Joe Rogan. His name's Tom O'Neill. He fucking was writing about the Manson family. Ended up fucking writing about the CIA and fucking Roman Polanski and the fucking Tate murders and the Black Panthers and fucking dude. The CIA used to send operatives to fucking infiltrate hippie groups to fucking stage fucking crimes to make it look like the Black Panthers did it, to fucking start race wars because the fucking dude,
Insane.
like, it's insane what the fuck our own government has done against our own people. And they're supposed to not, CIA by fucking law is not supposed to fucking do anything against anybody on our soil.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, no, well, not since the Patriot Act, right? I guess they can do that, or I mean,
dude, this book blew my fucking mind, dude. No, the Patriot Act just made it okay for us to fucking find out the forms and shit. Like everything's legal. Like the whole reason was because of our fucking phone records, because these phone companies were in the pockets of the government. So they were like, oh, the Patriot Act, because 9/11 just happened. So fucking make everybody feel safe, we're gonna pass the Patriot Act that says that anybody can fucking see anything. Meanwhile, that also meant we can see your fucking phone records, we can see your fucking text records, we can see fucking everything. That means that we get access to everything. You know what I mean? And you guys get access to it, but we have to sanitize certain things. That's why we mark things out with Sharpies before we fucking give it to you.
redacted. Yep.
Redacted. Sanitized, they call it.
Stupid.
Dude, it's nuts, man, because it almost felt like they could have prevented murders, and they didn't, because they were just like undercover and they had a bigger fish to fry. So
Absolutely. That happens often, though. That happens very often.
it does, but it's just a trip when it happens in such a famous way and it's not talked about at all. You know?
Yeah, I mean,
The Tate murders is Sharon. Look, my chick,
they decide
Teresa, is a serial killer fucking enthusiast, bro. It scares me how much she likes serial killers. Like, I've been listening to Manson shit, and I'm like, my wife could have 100% been in the Manson family. She would have killed somebody. And I'm telling you that it trips me out because, oh man, what was I saying? Hang on. The brainwashing thing and the acid and all that shit, the government, the Roman Polanski. What were you saying? Why did I bring up fucking Teresa? I don't know either. Yeah. Anyway, the reason why the point is, let me see if I can remember it, is that it's just a trip that fucking the government would fucking do things against our own people. And the Charles Manson thing is that everybody made it about, oh, that's what I was saying. That when you think of Charles Manson, you think about the fucking Sharon Tate murders. You think about fucking Folgers. You think about Roman Polanski. You think about the house on Cielo Drive. It was even in Tarantino's new movie. You know what I mean? That's what you think about. But when you get down to the fucking nitty gritty, like the district attorney of Los Angeles County, he wrote Helter Skelter. That's like a definitive book about fucking those murders. Dude, it really wasn't about. Those murders are a small fucking part of what Charles Manson was really about. But because the powers that be made that the forefront, Helter Skelter is the end all be all of Charles Manson, information. And it's this trip because, dude, he would get arrested and fucking just get out of jail. His parole officer was also a psychologist and doing studies on psychedelics and how acid affects the minds and brainwashing people. And he was getting funded by the CIA on that Ultra, that fucking all that. And then they had another one. There was 3 of them. There's the Ultra, there's another faction, and then there was the one that fucking they started in Haight and Ashbury in the fucking 50s. And Charles Manson was going to their fucking clinic daily.
One of my guitar teachers, he was talking about being out there on the Haight, and he's talking about like just military trucks just back in, and then dudes with their name badges, just like, covered up.
Right.
And they would just get out bags just bags. Like, here you go, you fucking hippies, and then they would just throw the
Bags
shit.
of what?
The acid.
Really?
Literally bags just filled with just acid, just the acid tabs, just have paper full of fucking acid, dude.
Dude, so this is like a fucking. I've been listening to this book for like fucking 4 days, all day, every day at work.
Okay.
Like 13 chapters. It's a fucking gnarly book, but the gist of it is, the government does not give a fuck about us.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Like, that's it in a nutshell. The government does not give a fuck about us. The government only gives a fuck about the government and people who can fund the government.
Absolutely. Yep.
We're just fucking
But I mean, we knew that.
we're test dummies, dude. We're just fucking collateral damage. When you get to the nitty gritty of government and fucking taxes and laws and fucking Native Americans and fucking blacks and Asians and dude, just the whole thing of it, dude, we are shitty motherfuckers, dude. And the only thing that matters is power and money. Whether it's
all of those things come together to create the reason that it goes back to everything that I said in the very, very beginning. Why every single day of my life is voting for Joe Biden, because I have to exist in that society.
Don't say Joe Biden. Don't say Joe Biden. Your every day you're living is voting for that idealism, not Joe Biden. Joe Biden's a fucking idiot, dude. Joe Biden can barely fucking string 2, 3, 4 fucking sentences together. The guy is fucking like.
What I mean is this: is he's the Democratic nominee, and he's
You're right. That idealism, though. Say that idealism. Don't say fucking Joe Biden.
It's all a compromise, and I'll just say.
Damn, you got me. You're right. It is.
I'll just say it's a compromise. It's me compromising everything that I believe in and everything that I feel. If I actually like looked around and like let myself feel what I actually want to feel and then like reveled in those feelings, that would be a miserable fucking human being. You know what I mean? I don't have that luxury. So what do I do?
The Patient by Tool. I love it, man. I love it. That fucking song where he says, if this was all for nothing, like I live like this for nothing, like I don't want to fucking I'm kind of paraphrasing, but he's just like, I'm a lonely vampire and this is how I choose to live. Fuck that. I'm choosing something else, you know? Like that just kind of made me think about that.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's my thing with that. That's why I don't really, you know what I mean? I try not to even push my actual idealism even very much, because I mean, I'm stuck in this.
Well, this is the place to do it.
No, I mean, absolutely.
You know what I mean? This is a chronicle.
At the end of the day, you know what I mean? All of the stuff that we talked about and everything that goes on, it's, you know, I could either choose to be, you know, sad and frustrated and pissed off all the time, you know what I mean? Or I could choose to fight those things, you know, try to be a happy person and concentrate on my wife and, you know what I mean? And
well, I feel like you fight it with your music, dude.
Absolutely, with my music. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I feel that's one of the things that's I've always loved and respected about you and John is that I have so many friends like me, dude. I would love to play music for a living. I would love to draw for a living. I would love to podcast for a living. I would love to fucking do stand-up comedy for a living. But I'm a butcher.
Yeah.
When it comes down to it, I'm a fucking butcher. And I've always respected, dude, and held in high esteem no matter what craft. If somebody is doing something they love as their life, whether it's making a living or not making a living, if it's their life, dude, I respect that and I fucking honor it. I really, really, really do, man. And that's why I fucking hit you guys up when I first met you at fucking Solving Bruco. You know what I mean? I'm like, these guys are fucking playing. You guys got, I think you had San Ynez or San Luis Obispo the next day or something like that. Like fucking, you know what I mean? Like these guys are traveling. Like I fucking respect and love and honor that. That's why I was like, dude, you guys can stay at my pad anytime you fucking want. Like anything you guys need, because the world is void of that. that's not the common when it should be, you know, and that's not the norm when it should be. We should be doing what we want. More people should be playing music. More people should be writing and painting and fucking podcasting, and you know what I mean? So, and the reason why I'm saying all that, not only just because, you know, maybe you need to hear that from me, I've never said it, but because as I say this and as I'm talking, like, these are chronicles for Rogue. You know, these are little time capsules for my kid, and I want her to know that, you know, motherfucking Be Free was one of her dad's fucking best friends, and he fucking loved him, you know what I mean?
Okay, man. Appreciate you, brother.
Oh, for sure, dude.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on your motherfucking podcast, bro.
Oh, dude.
Especially the second episode.
Sorry it took so long. I'm sorry it took so long.
Oh, no, man. It's all good. It's all good. I'm glad I had the time. And,
fucking COVID ain't my brovid, dude. Have you seen that hashtag?
No, I have not. Man, supposedly there's a study that USC did. The only numbers that I know for sure are they're saying that the actual number of cases in California, I don't know if it's California or the LA area. I want to say it's California though. Is actually somewhere between 221,000 and 442,000.
We're doing really good comparatively.
Well, but that also takes the fatality rate way down, which you know, people are gonna want to gloat or whatever and say, "Oh, see, it was a hoax or whatever." No, you motherfuckers don't.
I think I had it.
That, but I think it's good information that should give us a better outlook, and maybe we can get back to life soon. I mean, I ain't even saying that. Like, people should have definitely taken advantage of this crisis.
Is your chick been cutting hair at all?
No. Not
yeah, right? Fucking
sucks, People really should have taken advantage of this crisis and used it to, you know what I mean, band together and get, you know what I mean, a lot more things that we deserved as people before even this shit started. You know what I mean, shit like UBI and whatever, but I don't know. I mean, I could talk about that all day too.
Okay.
So we definitely should have made this. We definitely should have made this outbreak work to our advantage, and we didn't, man. I look at countries like France and shit, and then I look at the States, and I'm like, man, y'all fight when y'all's convenience is threatened. As long as your convenience isn't threatened, you know what I mean. You don't really care. You know what I mean? They're out there protesting, and the signs that you see are, "I want a haircut." You know what I mean? This isn't that, or it's a Confederate flag, and it's like, "Fuck you." You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? That's the shit. That's the shit that they protest over. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, in France, they're like, "No, you're not gonna raise our retirement age." You know what I mean? You're not gonna fuck us out of money. You know, things like that. And then they take to the streets. You know what I mean? These motherfuckers actually want to go back to putting money in the pockets of people who don't care about them. And it's really funny how housebroken Americans are. To quote, I forget who said it, but yeah, Americans are housebroken as fuck. It's funny that this is the shit you're fighting over.
Housebroken?
Housebroken.
House what? Oh, house burdened.
I know, housebroken, like dogs, basically. Housebroken. Yeah, it's funny, man. But
dude,
yeah.
I love, God, this is gonna sound so shitty, man. I know it is. But we have such an ego in this country.
Yeah.
And this just really shows us that we're not as fucking big and bad as we fucking think we are. You know what I mean? France has handled it better. Fucking North Korea's handled it better. North Korea has handled it better.
Well, that's because they shot patient zero or one or
right. But the Philippines have handled it better. Now listen, the thing that sucks is that in situations like this, you need to fucking say, all right, some of my fucking rights are going to be taken, but it's for the greater good. And the reason why it took so long is because Trump, when he did the travel ban in China, when he got wind of this shit, he was a racist. I don't fucking like Trump. But that was the fucking right thing to do. Dude, a disease is coming from China, let's fucking close fucking travel to China. And then he's a racist, they say. Yeah. No, dude, there's a disease coming from there. You know what I mean? So the thing that I'm saying is that in times like this, you have to be able to say what's good is good. Just because it's fucking from this asshole doesn't mean that it wasn't the right thing. And the thing with situations like that is why North Korea did better, is because Americans are so fucking worried about civil liberties and fucking my rights and what's good for me, my rights, that they're unwilling to say, all right, hey, look, no travel, no fucking this, no that, no that. I know it fucking stymies your shit. I know it's gonna make Prime last a longer time to get to you. I know you're gonna have to not work, but it's just bear with us.
Right.
Now everyone's thinking, no,
it's like the fucked up part about it is when you look at that and as people say, well, it's my choice. You always want the choice to fuck everybody else over. You never want the choice.
Yeah, it can't affect.
You never want the choice to do the thing that's better for everybody, right? There wouldn't have to be martial law if everybody was like, okay, everybody, there's this virus. We need to.
Right. Right.
Is
that a cat or is that COVID?
No. I have really bad allergies, but yeah, but you know.
Oh, I know you do.
But, yeah, like if everybody decided no, we need to do what's best for everybody and stay in, martial law wouldn't be a thing.
Right. Too many of us. That would work if there was only 3 to 4. Dude, the world is supposed to. They say 7 million people is good. 7 million people. Do you know how many million people are on Earth?
700 million. No, it's 7 million. It's 7 billion people. Or it's 7,000 million.
No, it's 7.5 million. That's what we're at right now. I think we're like good at 4 or something like that. We're over capacity for what this Earth is supposed to handle.
Definitely. And on top of that, we're putting cement over all of the fucking grass. Or
you
whatever.
Know, they say when we hit 10 million, we're going to be like fighting over canned goods and shit.
Yeah. Billion, by the way. You keep saying million. It's billion.
Oh, billion. I'm sorry. You're right. I thought maybe that's what it is. I think we're
well, a billion is 1,000 million.
Right. No, you're right. I think I was right. I think my brain was right. I think this world is sustainable to hold 7 million people.
That seems pretty low, but maybe.
Maybe I'm wrong. I'm gonna go look on that book later. I wrote it down in the book. But dude, I know we're over capacity. That's the point.
Oh, absolutely. No argument for that. Yeah, absolutely.
We are draining this fucking planet, dude.
Well, I mean, what are we supposed to do? Go to the mall with a minigun? You know what I mean?
Be smarter about fucking.
Well, yeah, absolutely, bro. I ain't got no kids. You have one. You know what I mean? You're still like I have 0. You have 1.
I was 40.
Like, we're lowering the count.
I was 43, 42 before I fucking had a kid. You know how much fucking I did before that?
Thank you,
dude.
I have none, bro. And I've been in long-term relationships, bro.
Right.
Like, ample opportunities to fuck up. And never did.
Oh, I know you have. The thing though is that most fucking comes from relationships.
Oh no, absolutely.
For sure.
I don't know. I don't know. One night stands are kind of lame for me because I'm like, it's awkward.
Yeah.
First of all, I like to put my mouth in too many places to do it with a random bitch. Second,
you don't know where to put your shoes. Can I drink this last Pepsi? It's just
like I want to cuddle afterwards and like make breakfast in the morning and shit. You know what I mean? Like you don't do that with a one night stand.
Yeah, one night stands kind of suck. Anyway, fucking sometimes they serve a purpose though, dude. So I hooked up with this chick in Santa Barbara, and she was international, let's just say, and we spent like 3 days together. I was living there. I was right off Islay and Chapala, which is Islay and then State Street. Yeah. So it was like one street over State Street. So we literally walked to fucking, downtown. It was great.
You right there.
Dude. She stayed with me, got out of her hotel room, and when she left, I was like, hey, so can I get your information? She's like, no. I was like, what? She's like, no. was like, man, we had an amazing fucking time. Like, what the fuck? Like, she goes, listen, like, not all relationships are supposed to be forever. Like, this is what this is for here, you know? And I was like, dude, it like bummed me out, but it like opened my eyes at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because at one point I'm like, how could she not want to keep in touch with me? You know what I mean? What the fuck?
Yeah, I agree.
But at the same time, it was like that really fucking was like, dude, she's absolutely right. And then I started learning more about like consciousness and like everybody's put in our path for a reason. You know what I mean? Like whether it's just to fucking say hi, whether it's just to fucking make you aware of something, like not all relationships are meant to last forever, you know?
There we go.
Crazy
to think about.
Yeah, so this is a trip.
It's crazy to think about, but it's absolutely true.
Yeah. Shout out to French girls. Dude,
Yeah,
French
I
accent is like, oh my god,
I
dude.
can't confidently say I've ever met anyone from France.
Oh shit, really? You should go hang out at the fucking McDonald's on fucking State Street in Santa Barbara.
So stupid. Oh man, that's crazy.
Dude, one thing I was tripped out about the homeless people down there in Santa Barbara is like, how do they have so many dogs? They all got dogs.
Because
Like, I'm
there's
struggling to have this motherfucker, dude. These homeless people got like 3 or 4 of them, dude.
hella stray dogs.
Fuck, dude. Yeah, they all got dogs, dude.
Yeah, it's about the same in Fresno. There's a lot of dogs among the homeless population in Fresno too.
Dude, dogs.
Small breed dogs that chill in the baskets.
Oh yeah.
Those are the thing around here.
The bike dog, basket bike dogs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, dude, they got a bunch of those down there too.
Yeah.
For some reason, I know it's horrible, but I feel like kicking those bikes over. Like when I see people like that, I feel like just kicking them over, dude. Like in sand. I hope they land in the sand. I want her to land in the sand. Dude, I hope your fucking brother goes to Kansas City. If he goes to the Raiders, dude, I'm gonna fucking disown him. That's real shit.
And if it's
I might disown you, motherfucker.
It depends on who picks him, brother. It depends on who picks him, man. I do hope he goes to Kansas City, though. That would be awesome.
Dude, how crazy is it? And I know I might get fucking live right now, but you got a brother that fucked Jinx Mays, and you got a brother that might be going to the Chiefs. Those are my like 2 favorite things right there.
Yeah, man.
Dude, Jinx Mays, you have no idea, dude. When I started sleeping with Teresa, I started looking up on Pornhub. I started looking up Latina big butt bondage. That was like my search engine code, and fucking Jinx Mays was like the first one that popped up.
That's
dude, oh my god, she's so fucking. Dude, you ever look at porn chicks and think, like, why are they're so pretty? Why are they doing porn? Like, they couldn't do something else?
Some.
Right?
Some.
Some of them you're like, yeah, of course you're doing porn, but some of them you know. No.
Yeah, I mean there are some like Christy Mack or like Kiara Mia. There's a few. But I mean, hey, I mean you do what you like, right? I don't know.
Yeah, hey, no. Hey, I'm full support pornography. I'm not fucking trying to talk anybody out.
No. No, I mean, I don't know. I'm past that kind of. Yeah, I mean, shit, do what you want. I couldn't do porn. Like I'm like, bro, you got a camera like in my butthole.
You're on stage, bro. You're kind of doing porn.
I mean, nah, I don't know. I don't know if I can do it.
You kind of are.
I don't know if I can do it. Like I don't like
No. You're not fucking on stage, but you're kind of showing yourself.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know if I could do like sex as performance. I don't know if I can keep it up.
Hey, it's not for everybody.
I don't know if I keep it up. Man, it's like cameras and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not even gonna be focusing on this. I'll be like, man, hey, man, don't touch me, man. You know what I mean?
You never know.
Like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I like to think that I could, but I don't know if I could either.
Yeah, I would never even try. I wouldn't even. Yeah, I could definitely never do it. It wouldn't.
I'll tell you what though, I would like to have just for myself my own porn, like a legit produced porn. You know what I mean? My own porn, just so I could have for me.
Do it.
Why don't they have that service?
Let
Do
me-
they gotta have that?
Wait, what? Where you have like a film crew go?
And just can I have the tape and nobody else get it?
I don't know if I'd be able to do it with those people even in the room though.
Can't they just set it up and press record and bail? Just let me fuck. And you
That's
guys
what you buy. Well, yeah, but I mean, at that point, you buy your own cameras, right? Buy your own cameras and a video editing software. You're doing a podcast, motherfucker. Why can't you make your own porn?
I don't want to. I want to find it. I want to be searching for it and it pop up. I want to be surprised.
No, man, I definitely hope my brother goes to the Chiefs too. It'll give me a really good excuse to spend a lot more time in Kansas City. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, B. We're going to a game next year, regardless of your brother fucking gets drafted there or not, dude.
I'm down with that. We'll figure that out. We will figure that out for sure. For sure.
All right. Anything else you want to say about it, Rogue? Just think of Rogue in 20 years.
So what now?
Think of Rogue in 20 years. What would you say to her? Like,
I hope you're still listening to Cloudship. And
for sure.
If the world hasn't ended, then good for you. Disregard females of acquired currency.
The camera.
Disregard females acquired currency. Treat people well. I don't know, yeah, and never sell your soul because there's nothing that's worth that.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. That's awesome, dude. From Uncle B. Hell yeah. Well, dude, that was our podcast, man. I mean, you want to keep going or are you good? Or
Nah, man, I'm gonna go eat something, dude.
I was just thinking the same thing. I haven't eaten since I got home from work.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me on, brother. I appreciate it.
Dude, of course, man. I'm sorry it took so long and fucking I can't wait for you guys to get back on the road, man.
Hell yeah, man. It'll be
Just
good to see you in person, not over the video.
Totally, man. Selfish reasons, I hate to say it. Sure, man. All right, dude. I love you too, man. Tell J-Max thank you, and I hope you guys stay safe, man. Stay healthy.
Absolutely, man. You know, I'll talk to you later in the week.
For sure. Hey, actually, I want to talk to you about a song. I'll talk to you.
All right, man. Much love.
All right. Late, dude.
Peace out.